Take your mind into the wonderful world of physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual wellness. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kinetic Hour. Conversations with you and guests. With your host, Kennon, Wesley, Mason. That's me. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Kinetic Hour. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure to click subscribe. Make sure to click thumbs up. Make sure to leave your comments. They're always appreciated. Your viewership is always appreciated, and thank you. I can't say thank you enough for all those that tune in, whether it's one person or 1,000 people or 10,000 or 100,000. It doesn't matter if the Kinetic Hour can reach one person to have them consider maybe doing something a little different to make their lives better. I've done my job. So thank you for tuning in. This is a new year. We're into the new year now. And Happy New Year to everyone. We're in a new year now, so this means that new things are happening. New experiences are happening for many. Many people are looking to have new experiences, new occurrences, better circumstances. Just looking to have things be better, and therefore life will be made a lot happier for each individual. And so Happy New Year to all. All the holidays are behind us now, and we're looking forward to another 365 days of living life and making the most of it, whatever that means for you. Some people have New Year's resolutions. Some people just are going or continuing to go with their flow of life. Some people are making significant changes in their life. And some are just wanting something brand new for themselves. And then there are some people that will stay exactly the same. But that's the beauty of, just living life. That's the beauty of living life, that we all can make significant choices for ourselves. And that way we can either develop self-awareness to know if what we are doing and the journey that we're carving out for ourselves will make us better, or if that way will carve out a path of negative circumstances or destructive circumstances or adverse circumstances. So the new year always brings time of reflection. Reflecting on the previous year and what did we learn from the previous year, and how we can make the new year even better. This is to be, or it's something that most of us, or many of us, or if not all of us, may want to consider how we can make our lives better by way of learning what worked for us and what didn't work for us the previous year. So what's on your agenda for the new year? What's on your agenda? My agenda is to make this the best platform for people to share their successes, their obstacles, and their obstacles and their success stories, or stories of success, no matter who it is, and to bring on guests that, or do the best that I can to have guests that I've wanted to, or people that I've wanted to interview for quite some time, and I'm going to do the best that I can to make that happen. If not this year, it will be at some point, provided that our energies cross each other's path. So my agenda is to make the Kinetic Hour the best that it can be, make Kinetic Fit and Wellness the best that it can be, and to just keep being a better father, or doing my best to be a better father every day, and doing the best that I can to create that for myself. So that's been my agenda. Nothing has changed as far as that's concerned. Some differences, some changes that I've made with the business, and actually something came to me this actually a few days after Christmas. And it's funny how life operates. This is something that's been 11, let's see, 12 years in the making, pretty much. In 2011, I received my board certification as a holistic psychology practitioner. But what I didn't do at that time, and at that time I didn't know that I could do this, was become or solidify my board certification by being accredited through the American Association of Drugless Practitioners. And so going through my psychology, my holistic psychology course over the summer, this past summer, for my own knowledge, and it was like a refresher course for me. After 11 years, I decided to retake my own course that I received back in 2010, and I studied for 1 year, and I did receive my board certification through the American Institute of Holistic Health and Wellness. And but this here solidifies in honoring my board certification, because one thing that I learned having this specific certification is that it is not recognized in the standard psychological field. So, and this is something that kind of discouraged me for a while. But I made a decision that I wanted to, if this was the case, that I really wanted to learn all that I can about the human mind and how it operates on the inside of the brain, and how thoughts function inside and outside of the brain. And for a long time, my certification, or the validity of my certification, was questioned a few times. Which, which is understandable, because many things, especially we're talking, early 2000s, when I first started my holistic health journey, many things that are in the holistic field are considered controversial or have been considered controversial. I mean, even the practice of adjusting the spine was considered controversial at one time. Chiropractors had to have legal battles with the American Medical Association because it was proven that chiropractic adjustments were better at alleviating back pain by aligning the spine versus being prescribed months worth of synthetic medication or pain medication. And so this is the reason why we see chiropractors just as frequently as we do standard medical doctors, because they had to fight, and so did acupuncturists. We see more of them these days because of the same reason. They had to prove to the medical establishment and to the courts that opening energy channels helps to heal or helps to amplify the healing process. And there are channels in the body that have stuck energy, and when you release them, better or positive energy can flow through them so you can have better circumstances. And for a long time, the standard medical allopathic profession denied that we had such a thing as energy channels within the body. We call it the meridian system, which is a system that you never hear about in the mainstream. So, a couple of days after Christmas, I received in the mail, because I did apply and showed my credentials, and I have my, and this is just gives more credibility, or solidifies my credibility as being a legitimate professional in the field of psychology. Not only PhDs have a level of brilliance in the field of psychology. There are you have clinical psychologists, you have psychiatrists, or individuals that work in the field of psychiatry, and I've interviewed some of them, and they're brilliant. And again, this is the reason why I chose to go into this specific field of psychology. And it's funny because when I was going to college, this was in the early 90s, I actually took a psychology class. And I actually took a psychology course and a psychology course and an astronomy course. And I actually, I got a D in psychology at that time. My brain was not focused on those subjects at that time. My brain was focused on learning how to create music. That was at the forefront of my focus. Learning how to create music. And so psychology at that time was not enough of an interest for me to want to learn it to the degree that I do now. And I'm still learning. I mean, there's so much to the brain and the human mind too. There's so much that we can learn. There's so much that we can learn when it comes to the human mind and the human brain. And so I'm grateful that I now have solidification, and it feels good, you know, that that this specific field or realm of psychology has its place, and I'm willing to share some of my learning, things that I've learned, with all of you. I mean, and because I've learned from many people that I've interviewed. Dr. Jeffrey Shaler, PhD, a brilliant clinical psychologist. He was gracious enough to give us 2 interviews back to back. And he's great, you know. And I learned a lot from him. So, I mean, these are brilliant people, and it just led me down a path of wanting to know more about us as a species on this planet, from a holistic position, not from such a rigid standard live by the book or do it by the book position, but from a holistic position which kind of goes into truly how the brain works, which, you know, the entire scope or the entire circumference of what is psychology or the human mind, because every thought that you think, it broadcasts a frequency that goes in all directions, 360 degrees, not just like a satellite that goes one way or in a straight line. Thoughts. Yeah, I mean, I can talk about that for hours, but I'm again grateful that I've been given the opportunity to share what I know with those that choose to come to Kinetic Fit and Wellness for holistic life counsel. And it's for anyone and everyone that's ready to create change, or anyone and everyone that's ready to learn who they truly are. And not that you have to be perfect or it's, you know, om kumbaya. No. You're just going to learn some basics about you. I mean, that's what life is about. Mastering the self. Mastering yourself. So what are you going to do for the new year? What are you going to do? Right now, I'm in the process of doing my annual cleanse. I do a cleanse every year to clean out my internal body, or my physical body internally. And so I eat differently, I drink differently for 2 weeks to a month. The longest I've gone was doing a 40-day, 40-night juice fast, and which it was definitely eye-opening, and it let me know how great the body is and how it can adjust and adapt, and it's magical. So this is something that I've been doing annually for quite a while now. As you can see, I'm drinking water. This is just standard spring water. This is spring water, but the dark green hue is from chlorophyll. This is liquid chlorophyll, and chlorophyll is great for feeding and cleaning the blood. chlorophyll. It's the lifeblood of all plants. And chlorophyll is great. It's great. It feeds your blood cells, red and white. It feeds your blood cells, so your white blood cells can be at a higher level of healing, because your white blood cells, they're there to heal you. And so chlorophyll is great for the entire body. It raises your pH level, or when you do it consistently. And it's great for the body, for the entire immune system. Chlorophyll is great for the body. Chlorella is great for the body. So I drink this. Chlorella is great for you. Chlorophyll is great for you. Or any of your dark green. But these are two of the best. There's other elements. Many people use black seed oil, which is great. So many people have other combinations of different herbal oils or remedies that come from herbs. So they're all great, and so I'm doing my annual cleanse, which is always great for me to renew myself, which the human body does automatically on its own throughout the course of the year. But I consciously take the time out to take care of me physically and psychologically. So when I clean and cleanse the body, I also clean and cleanse the mind as well. Which is why water is very important, because water helps to clean out your entire bloodstream. That includes the blood that travels to the brain. Because everything that we drink also, everything that we eat and drink, all substances that are extracted from everything that we eat and drink goes into our bloodstream. I mean, this is just standard operations of the human body, and all blood travels to the brain, and which is the reason why all of these substances are important, water being the most important. So it's no secret that the body is 75-80% water. So water is very significant. So this is my annual cleansing time, and I'm grateful that I'm able to be able to have the awareness to know how my body operates on the inside, and monitoring all of my results, monitoring them. How do I feel? What changes is my body making throughout the course of the process? I mean, self-awareness is huge amongst us that are amongst us, or those that are in the process of discovering a deeper part of themselves. And doing this, I always learn something new. Every year I'm learning something new through my annual process of cleansing. Another thing that happened for me, which for me, this is probably the most significant. Another thing that happened for me for the new year, actually it was the day after New Year's, I got to see my sister that I haven't seen since I was 9 years of age. Yeah, since I was about 9 years of age, 8 or 9 years. So we're talking since 1984, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the last time that I visually saw and spent time with my older sister. And we finally reunited after 40 years, nearly 40, yeah, about 40 years. And obviously, all the stars were lined up because I'd been searching for a few years, and through Facebook and Instagram, and just had no luck. And it just so happens over the past, actually, it was Memorial Weekend, but I didn't get the message until, I don't know, almost 2 months after she sent the message through my Facebook Messenger. And but the name didn't click until I really looked, and the couple of the letters were switched around for some reasons that she would have to explain. But nonetheless, when I saw the text, it just kind of was like, holy crap! After all these years, 40 years of having that kind of distance, I found out that she was living up north, and or Northern California, I should say, to be more specific, Northern California. And yeah, it was just, it was one of those things where, I guess for both of us, it felt like there was something missing, because we spoke for the first time about a month prior, and about a month prior, we spoke through Zoom, which was the first time that I was able to visually see her after all these years. And then after the New Year, the day after New Year's, we reunited physically, and I was able to embrace, embrace my sister. That again, since we were kids. She's 6 years older than I am, and we just missed a lot of time, and we had a very intimate conversation, and candid conversation as well, and some rough times, but obviously it was the time for us to reunite, and I'm glad that it happened in the way that it did. And she's great, and she is going to be very well. She's going to be okay, and so am I. This is something that obviously both of us have needed and wanted for a long time. And I'm glad that it was able to happen in the way that it did. She was over here for a nice New Year's dinner, and it was fun. It was fun. And I just can't wait to just have more conversations, learn more about what how she's been living life, and how life has been treating her, and how she's been treating life, and vice versa for me, because we've both had our journeys in life, and so it just felt good to reconnect after all these years. It's just life is definitely life is definitely something else. You know, life is very great, and life is very gracious when it comes to family, especially when your intentions are in the right place and they are in alignment and in harmony. So I'm glad that that was able to occur and happen, and we had the experience of coming back together after so many years. So we're definitely gonna stay in touch from this point forward, and we can enhance each other's lives now that we are back in each other's lives. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So, in closing, what are you going to do for the new year? How are you going to enhance you? How are you going to enhance your circumstances so they can be better? So you can get your heart's desire, so you can get the things that you want in life, so you can, because there is no such thing as lack. Anything that we desire to have or accomplish, or any type of any endeavor that we choose, it's available. It's available to all of us when we learn some basics about how we can attain them to varying degrees. And so for me, the Kinetic Hour is a platform, again, to for people to share things like what their endeavors are, what their dreams are, what they want to do with life, some of the challenges that they may be having, and how they can make them better for themselves and for their family and for their surrounding environment, whether it be their community or their circle of influence, whatever the case is. This platform here is to bring forth some information that you can at least consider. And then, you know, by way of your consideration, through your thoughts and your emotions, you'll come up with a conclusion of whether you will apply the consideration or move forward in your own fashion. Either way, you're going to get a result. So the Kinetic Hour is here to provide information for you to consider, whether it's from myself or any person that I have on as a guest. So that's what the Kinetic Hour is. That is, this is what my life journey, or not my life journey, but at least my career journey has been. It's been a great learning curve for me over the last 2 decades. A great learning curve. A great learning curve, and a sometimes challenging, but the challenges have made me more in tune with how I maneuver within society, or how I interact with people, and so this is what the platform of the Kinetic Hour is for. This is why it was created. And I felt that it was my, at least an obligation, being the host, to give some background on some of my professional background. And as the show goes on, I'm sure I'll be bringing up parts of my life as well, examples of challenges and success. and just, and again, have fun with the experience with every single show. I mean, I will never be such the, no matter how in depth or how any discussion or how in depth a discussion may be. Again, all opinions and all statements, again, are for your consideration. Some people say for education purposes, as a disclaimer, because I can't make the claim that I heal anyone. I can't make the claim that I cured anyone, because I can't. Quite frankly, I can't cure anyone. The only person I can cure is me. That's it. Now, I can give people some suggestions based on things that I've done for myself. I can give some examples, and if certain people want to take those examples and apply them to their lives, hey, they're free to do so. I encourage it. Yeah, so, but the disclaimer is that I can't heal anyone. I can never heal anyone. I'll never heal anyone of anything. All I can do is give suggestions on what things that you may be able to do and consider, and then you can make the final choice on whether it's for you or not. If it resonates, you'll run with it. If it doesn't resonate, then you'll go another avenue. Either way, it's okay. Either way, it's okay. So I want to thank just anyone and everyone that is tuning in to the Kinetic Hour, just to see me and just listen to me give my 2 cents. I mean, there's so many different podcasts or hosts that you can watch. So thank you for watching and viewing the Kinetic Hour. And until next time, I will be signing off, and I will be back with another episode of the Kinetic Hour. And just remember, learn to keep being better. Just learn to keep being better, and always keep the mental attitude first. Till next time.